Hello everybody, how are you on this wonderful day? Well, a little bit cold and rainy here, but no matter. Got a very bright sunny topic to be talking about today. The title of this video is Twin Flames, grounding deep into your physical union. There is a shift being made at this time from seeing love in the twin flame over there in that physical presence to being more present with oneself and realizing that they're not another person, they're not a separate person, they're actually in you already. That's where your union is. There's less of the sense of the other personness, that the twin flame is this other person that needs to show up for you. Really, your union is simply the awareness that it's already here and coming into the full awareness of that. Circumstances, blocking, unblocking, location, relationships, they're all irrelevant. What matters only is your own state of consciousness, and that's not complicated. It's so simple. The state is in love, and that's it. And you're already in love. You just need to accept it and let it be that, and let it be what it is. And when it's spread throughout your consciousness completely, you can't help but have your union. You're not looking outside for something to change or shift, or recognizing that person, or recognizing this person in another body as your man or woman. It's just the awareness that your union's within you. It feels good not to look at the outside at all, unless you're guided to. How does it feel to bring your energy back in? Looking to the outside leaks a lot of energy, and that's where the control was. Trying to see if there's been a change on the outside, but it's not going to be that way. It's going to be the divine's way. Focus on the divine. And as that consciousness becomes your total awareness, that there's nothing outside of you, then you get your union. You may feel like perhaps you should know this by now, but that's okay. If we study spirituality for decades, we're shedding all the illusion and fear. So it's not like we've not known it for years. It's in the embodying of it that's currently taking place. That's the difference. The true awareness, the true learning. So sit and be present with yourself. What's stopping you is the belief that you don't already have what you desire. You couldn't not have it because love never left. It was just scrambling. It was just us scrambling about in the dark, thinking it's gone when we just needed to open our eyes and see it. This is playing out in consciousness. How it appears as to why the person may not have arrived yet. Is there a lack of love? Do you need glasses to see clearly in this area? We will find out when it happens, but it's not so much that your person doesn't know. There's something in the awareness that may be preventing the final steps from clicking into place, and that's a resistance. The moment you say yes to love, love comes in. The yucky feeling is the resistance, and it's there to cloak the truth that is there because we thought we couldn't have the truth. There isn't another person floating around that you're waiting for. It's just you and the divine, and your twin flame is you. So if your twin flame isn't living life with you, there's just part of you that's not present with yourself. That's very easily fixable. Just choose to be present with yourself. And there are so many pieces, and we just keep going until that final piece clicks into place. Take a moment right now to be present with yourself. And what's the core feeling? So if union comes in, is there a feeling of not being able to run the house of your union? Go deeper. What is it that you may be resisting? What is it about having a real relationship? What feels bad about having something new? Is there anything to be apprehensive about? No, it's going to be smooth. Were you trying to imagine how your union is going to be playing out? Are you trying to control it? Choose to release any control, because that just feels bad. Can you approach your union from the perspective that it's going to be like now, where you just talk through all the feelings that come up? That's something that you will be well versed in. Does it make any difference whether your twin flame's with you as this happens, or can they be in another room, or out on their bike, or in the office while you do the inner work? Any way it shows up will be okay. It will be whatever feels best. Just work through any feelings that come up. Does your union need to come in? That's another belief people are holding on to, waiting for something to arrive. There's nothing that needs to arrive for you to have your union. It's just that it's just as you are now. What does union feel like? What would you expect? What will you find behind the veil when it's lifted? Choose to see through the veil right now. Don't wait. There's nothing you don't know now about your union. So if it appears like your twin flame isn't seeing something, it's not true. You know what love is. You feel the love in your heart. That's the love for you and the divine and for your union. If you're wondering what keeps the physical presence away, it's simply the resistance to that truth. It's like sitting in the waiting room when the door's wide open, waiting for something to happen. Your twin flame doesn't need to put glasses on to recognize you. They already have the awareness in their heart. The action step comes when you fully embody that truth within you, that there isn't another person, it's just you and love. Stay present with yourself in that place, because we don't want to go to a high. You want to ground it into peace. Your union is going to live in a grounded place of peace. If it goes high, it's going to wobble. We don't want to make the twin flame the source either, because they're not. They can be off doing their own thing, going to Tesco's, be in a grump, be at their mum's, whatever. And you're still with love. The love doesn't go with them. The love is not where they are. It's the love is where you are. The love is here with you. Or ground into that awareness that your union is already inside you. You don't have to wait for it. You don't have to reach for it or wait for someone to realize that you're that person. You know you're your person. They know they're your person. The divine is your ultimate lover. That's the truth. If we're reaching outside of ourselves, looking to see what they're up to, that's leaving your union to do that. The union is within. You have it. The divine loves you just as she loves all of her children, and you're worthy of all this love. You sure are. Allow any feelings of being abandoned by the divine to surface and bring that place exactly the love that it's asking for. Give yourself all the love that you didn't realize was yours. It never left, nor could have left. You are that love. Love, love, love all the way through. Once you've found this core block, it's important to give yourself as much love as you need. Tend to it. This is really what keeps the presence of the twin flame at bay. The core feeling of not knowing if love loves you. And the resistance is non-existent when you find this place. Well, hey, here comes the love when you need it. Choosing harmonious twin flame union, choosing the divine, knowing that there's nothing to fear here. Make sure you're fully loved in this place. Return to yourself here. Luxuriate in this feeling. This is core stuff. Is there any place in consciousness that may be feeling a little bit of guilt? Maybe for the fact that for your union not having manifested already? Everything is aligning perfectly. Understand there's a price to pay through the healing to earn that reward. And paying the price right now. It's okay to do that through your healing. Just commit to each step. It would not have been right to have done it faster or differently. The love can't come in if there's still any guilt there. No harm has been done to your union while you've been healing. Find all these little pockets in consciousness that are still asking for love. How does it feel in your heart to open up to your twin flame? Is there any feeling of hurt or rejection still there? Is there anything remaining to be dissolved? To get this feeling of openness, you can see how all the previous steps must be resolved first. You have to feel safe to be able to open up. What matters is not that they texted you, or if you're speaking, or whether you did or didn't do this or that. What matters is how you feel in love right now. Where you feel grumpy, root it out and heal it, the upset or the pattern, and you find peace all the way along. Give yourself what you really need instead of any experience of rejection. Receive what's yours in this place. Love is yours, not some shabby substitute or an imposter, not second best. You don't want to have any of that. You want to have the real deal. How does it feel to receive the real deal? Is there any resistance? Stay present with yourself. This is a really important place to show up. Show up for yourself here. Do you feel that you can have the real deal and everything that comes with it? You never have to accept less. Take back your power here. It's safe to accept that you're a divine child of the universe, created to have all the love that the divine created for you and you alone. Reject other people's ideas. Follow your heart. Other people don't know. Only the divine knows. Bring yourself the love and the truth that you were created to have all this love. That's how you were created to be, to have all your good. And you being present with this part of yourself is not abandoning yourself, not rejecting yourself, feeling through it, loving yourself. Fully give yourself as much time and presence that you need. Keep inviting divine love in to fill this space with the love that's yours. Remember, the divine is your ultimate lover, one who loves you perfectly. It's the love that we're all seeking. Open the door. Invite the divine to love you here. Allow yourself to integrate that love present. Bring it back into your heart, melting it in. That's what you want. Bring it all home, grounding it. You want to anchor that into your truth and your entire being. You may want to revisit that feeling that you've worked through. It may come up again and again in layers, so you just work through it again. It may want to upheave, it may want to purge. Remember, these are deep core blocks I'm talking about, feeling abandoned in this place and unable to have one's good in this place. It's just healing a pattern of feeling rejected and abandoned by love itself. That's it. And there's no other reason why you can't physically be with your person other than this or that pattern, which ties into everything. It doesn't mean that there's not love in your twin flame's heart. It doesn't mean that there's no recognition there. As one divine masculine put it, he didn't want to admit it, because when you admit it, when you admit you're not with your heart, you have to admit you're in an unacceptable situation. Whatever you're going through right now, your person will be going through exactly the same stuff, the same sort of problems that they're having. It's nothing to worry about. That's why you're on the journey, and when you've completed it, you'll know what needs to be done. That's it. This is what it's like to be right there at the core. It's going to be so easy to dismantle this pattern. It may have taken all these years to get to the point where you're able to be present with the core wounds and be able to move through them effortlessly. And we couldn't have done this years ago. You're either in the process or you're not. Every step is important somehow. We don't know how exactly. We don't know the reason for our unions or why they are the way that they are. We don't know the purpose of the journey. It's for the divine to reveal everything in due time. By looking outside, we're saying, okay, we've done a little bit of healing. Let's check to see if anything's changed. No, that sets one up for disappointment. You don't want to be doing that. Simply loving yourself is the reward, the payment, and bringing the divine into the part of you that hadn't had the experience of the divine thus far. Our twin flames are us. They make decisions based on what we have in consciousness. Just keep forgiving yourself. There isn't another person. It's just you and you. If you're upset with them, it means that you're upset with yourself. There isn't a separate person who can do stuff independently. When you've healed that within you, then you've healed it in your union. The subtleties help you live your everyday union. There'll be no new surprises. Don't worry, there won't be any new feelings to have. So it's safe to feel your feelings and not be scared that there was something in there that you didn't know about. Now, you've already been having all the feelings that you're going to be feeling, and you're becoming more ready to access the deeper ones that got stuffed down, because we have the tools now to do so in the mirror exercise. Don't think that if you let the deep stuff in consciousness come up, it'll engulf you. No, it'll be a breeze, because you'll know what you're doing. You get really good at working the process. You want to be cleaning up good and proper and creating the best foundation for you and your union. All the little bitty pieces are cumulative, and they may be pointing to a deeper pattern, and you may notice what this relates to and how it helps piece everything together. It's not about wanting something to happen with your union or with your person. You just release a pattern and everything pings back into its natural state. It's not actually a big deal. Coming back into your natural state. Feeling your feelings is the way to do it. So you can focus on yourself and your feelings, relax into it. You can access your union when and what's going on in it whenever you wish. You don't need someone to do it for you. Get clear on your heart's true desires. Follow your guidance. The divine is not outside of you. The divine is literally your heart. Be receptive for the divine nudge, for us to what to do next. You will always receive your next steps. Whew. Cool. Coming up to 18 minutes now. I think that's quite enough for this particular message. It feels complete. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you would like twin flame coaching or a personal reading doing, please check the description box below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.